excuses for empty actions. Today, President Biden announcing the largest ever release of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserves, 180 million barrels over 6 months. That sounds like a lot of oil. That's 1 million barrels a day. Fancy. But will it actually help with gas prices? The president made some very big promises earlier today. Watch.
My guess is we'll see it come down, continue to come down. But how far down, I don't think anyone can tell. But it will come down. And it could come down fairly significantly. It could come down the better part of, anything from 10 cents to 35 cents a gallon. It's unknown at this point.
35 cents used to buy you a house. Me and Corn Pop, we spent 35 cents on a Ford Thunderbird one summer.
Very clear, concise leadership from the President of the United States. So will this move do anything to help drivers? Here with me in studio, Fox News contributor and professor of business and economics at the King's College right here in Manhattan, Brian Brenberg, Brianomics. Let's do this.
Yes.
What does this do?
Well, we know, actually, because it's what we've been doing for the last 4 months. 120 days have gone by since that first record release of oil reserves. He's done about 110 million barrels of oil in those 120 days. That's about 1 million barrels a day. Exactly what he wants to do for the next 6 months. What difference has it made? None. Gas prices didn't go down. They went way, way, way up. So this is one of those things he does because he wants to put a big Band-Aid on the problem. He doesn't want to deal with oil and gas in this country. He definitely doesn't want to produce more. He's not interested in gas prices coming down. So let's make a show of it. Let's talk about 1 million barrels a day. Then let's talk about green energy, which, by the way, green energy is great. You're not going to do it in 6 months. You're not going to do it in a year. But let's talk about that and just hope everybody forgets about it. That's what this is about.
See, I'm one of those people that I love a good buffet. That's one of my favorite things to do in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
I love a little bit of make your own sundae. I love some roasted vegetables, some ribs. I like
and a couple
everything.
Waffles in there, breakfast, lunch, and dinner all in one shot.
Well, watch.
Come on.
Watch the gluten, Brian. What do you want to kill my small intestine? I have limits. But that's what we should be doing with our energy. A little bit of nuclear energy, a little bit
of green. How about a lot of nuclear energy?
Absolutely.
How about a lot of nuclear energy? And how about a lot of fossil fuels? And how about prosperity that comes from abundant energy, which that's what creates the innovation, that creates the clean technology that could actually work and help. See, he pits clean technology against fossil fuels. That's the wrong way to do it. They work in tandem.
The federal government should never be picking winners and losers.
But you shouldn't create that false dichotomy because actually clean innovation starts first on fossil fuels. That's how you get natural gas burning a lot cleaner. That in turn creates a capital that gets you to things like solar people could afford or wind people could afford or whatever else. But he's pitting them against each other, which means he wants to beggar our way to clean energy. That's not going to happen.
No, but you're absolutely right. There is a logical progression. We started with lard, and then we went to coal, and then we went to gas, and then we went to natural gas, and then, dumb windmills and all that stuff that doesn't really work, but it seems nice. But we will get to a point where we have a thing that powers everything without raping the earth.
Well, and without the federal government taking over the battery industry. That was one of his announcements today. He's going to use the National Defense Act to take over parts of the battery supply chain. Do you really think that's going to get us to the technology that's going to power the future? It's ridiculous. What he's actually doing is taking the first step toward federalizing
and price fixing.
It's federalizing that part of the industry. That's going to slow it down if it does anything. Today was actually a step backward. He wanted to act like it was 1 million barrels a day step forward. It's a step backward because he went after oil and gas companies and said, give up those wells that you're not using. And he said, we're going to nationalize parts of this battery supply chain. Oh, my goodness, that's not
You know what I say? Nationalize this. You should see what I'm doing behind that paper.
It was a scissors thing. It was like, paper, rock, scissors.
That's right.
I could see it.
And paper always gets rock. And we learned that at the Oscars. Thank you very much, Brian Brenberg.